Hello friends, myself Jayesh Prajapati, Assistant Professor of LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology in the Department of Electronics and Communication. In this video, we are going to learn about Industrial Drives and Control, Unit number 2, Modeling of DC Machine. In my previous video, we have started with Unit 2, the content of construction of DC machine. Now in this session we have to discuss with working principle of DC motor, different types of DC motor, derivation of induced EMF. So in this session we have to study these three topics. So let us start with first topic, working principle of DC motor. Now the statement for working principle of DC motor is, when a current carrying conductor placed in magnetic field, it experiences a force. Now let us understand this statement by figure. You can see in this figure there is a permanent magnet and NS, DC supply, brushes, commutator segment and armature. Now in this figure you can see there is a two permanent magnet and an S, two poles. Due to this permanent magnet there is a magnetic field in this area. So when you give a DC supply to the armature via brushes and commutator segment, a current that can be flowed through the armatures. Okay, so we can say that a current carrying armature conductor is placed in magnetic field that is created by the poles. So it experiences a force. So here this armature getting a force because a current carrying conductor is placed in this magnetic field. So the force direction can be given by Fleming left hand rules. What is Fleming left hand rules? So the Fleming left hand rule is what? When a conductor which is carrying a current is placed in magnetic field, a force is exerted on conductor that is perpendicular to both direction of magnetic field and direction of current. So that is a Fleming left hand rules. In this way motor getting a force and it can be rotate. So motor can be work on this principle, that is a working principle of DC motor. Now we have to discuss the different types of DC motor. So we have to discuss the classification of DC motor. We know that DC motor having a two winding. First, field winding, that is a fixed or stationary winding. Second, that is armature winding, that is rotating windings. Now depending on the way of supplying power to the winding, it can be classified in three manners. First, that is separately excited DC motor. Second, that is self-excited DC motor. And third, that is permanent magnet DC motor. Now depending on the way of connecting armature and field winding, a self-excited motor can also be further classified in three manners. First, that is shunt excited DC motor. Second, series excited DC motor. And third, that is compound excited DC motor. A compound excited DC motor can also further classified as a cumulative compound DC motor and differential compound DC motor. Now this cumulative and differential compound motor can further classified in two ways, that is long shunt and short shunt. So we can say that long shunt cumulative compound DC motor, and long shunt differential compound DC motor, and also short shunt cumulative DC compound motor and short shunt differential compound DC motor. So that is a classification of DC motor. Here we have to study each motor one by one. So let us start with first motor, separately excited DC motor. Separately excited DC motor, as per the name of this motor, you can see that is a separate excited. So the field and armature winding are separately connected across the DC supply. Now understand this motor by equivalent circuit of this figure. So we have to first take the field winding, and then we have to take the armature winding. Now field winding is connected across the external DC supply, and armature winding is also connected to the DC supply. Now at the center of the armature there is a shaft at which we can get output in the form of mechanical energy. Now you can see in this figure there is a no physical connection between field and armature winding. Due to the external DC supply, there is a current flow through the field winding and armature winding. This current is shown by the arrow lines. Okay. Now field current produce a magnetic field that is cut by the armature conductor. Armature winding that is connected to the DC supply external, hence it play as a role of current carrying conductor placed in magnetic field. So a force is exerted on it as per the working principle, and due to the Fleming left hand rules, when it placed in magnetic field, so it start rotating in clockwise direction. So that is a separately excited DC motor. Now we have to discuss the self-excited DC motor. A self-excited DC motor can be classified as a shunt motor, series motor and compound motor. So let us first we have to discuss the shunt motor. As per the name of this motor, shunt, that means parallel connection. Okay. So the field and armature winding are connected in parallel across the DC supply. Let us understand this statement by figure. So first we have to take the field winding, then we have to take the armature winding. Now the parallel combination of this field winding and armature winding that is connected across the DC power supply. Now at the center of the armature there is a shaft at which we can get output in the form of mechanical energy. Now we have to connect at the shaft, at the end of the shaft, load. So we have to connect this in this way. Now the resistance of field winding is always higher than the armature windings. The resistance of field winding is always higher than the armature winding. This is because the number of turns of field winding is more than the number of turns of armature windings. So field current remains constant and flux produced by the field current is also constant. So due to this DC supply, a current can be flow through this field winding and armature windings. Now field current remains constant, so flux produced by the field current is also constant. So that's why it is called as a constant flux motor. Due to this, a shaft of the motor can be rotated in clockwise direction. Okay, so that is a shunt motor. Now next, that is a series motor. As per the name of this motor, there is a series connection. The field and armature winding are connected in series with the DC supply voltage. Okay, so first we have to take the field winding, then we have to take the armature windings. This field winding and armature winding that is in series connected to the external DC supply. At the center of armature there is a shaft at which we can get a mechanical energy. At the shaft we have to connect load. Now due to this DC supply, a current is flow through the field winding and armature windings. In this series motor you can see series connection, so current is same, so we can say that field current is exact equal to the armature winding current. Now due to this motor can be having polarity like this, and motor shaft can rotate in clockwise direction. Now we have to discuss the compound motor. Compound motor having a two types, long shunt compound DC motor and short shunt compound DC motor. Means in a compound motor a field winding is divided. A part of field winding is connected across the armature and the remaining field winding is connected in series with the armature. So we can classify a shunt motor as a long shunt and short shunt compound DC motor. Now in this long shunt compound DC motor you can see as per the name long shunt, so it can connect as a shunt field winding as a long connection. The shunt field winding is connected across the series combination of armature and series field winding. So here you can see shunt field winding and series field winding. So field winding is divided in two parts, series and shunt. So a shunt field winding is connected across a series combination of armature and series field winding. So let us understand this statement by equivalent circuit. So let us first we have to take a shunt field winding, then we have to take armature and series field winding. The series combination of this series field winding and armature winding that is connected across shunt field winding. So that is parallel combination that is connected to the DC supply. Now at the center of the armature there is a shaft connected. At the shaft we have to connect load. Now due to this DC supply the current can be flow in shunt field winding and series field winding. Okay, so in this way current can be flow in this long shunt compound motor, and also a polarity across the shunt field winding and series field winding is created in this way. So motor can be rotated in this way. Okay, now next that is short shunt compound DC motor. In short shunt DC compound motor, as per the name, there is a short connection, a short shunt connected. So let us study. The shunt field winding is connected across the armature and their parallel combination appears in series with the series field winding. So you can see a shunt field winding is connected across the armature and their parallel combination is appear in series with the field winding. So first we have to take the shunt field winding is connected across the armature. So we have to take armature. Then this parallel combination is connected in series with this series field winding. So this parallel combination that is connected to the series field winding. Now this is supplied by the common DC supply. Now at the center of the armature there is a shaft, and at the shaft we have to connect the load. Now due to this external DC supply a current can be flow through the series field winding in this way, and motor can rotate in this way, anti-clockwise direction. Okay,
the next topic that we will discuss in our next lecture. Okay, thank you very much.